expect Auburn to sign, somewhere in the neighborhood of 20-ish, 22, 20. They might sign 25, depending on who it is that ends up committing. But there's some spots available. Let's just say that.
When we were in the 50s.
We were in the 50s.
Harsin was let go, 56-ish.
Yes, something in that range.
Well, I know that you and
we lost a couple of recruits, and then we gained a few, and then we lost.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna go and say this because I read it this morning. Did you read Jason Caldwell's Monday morning quarterback?
I have not read that, no.
And I know we have him on the show on Friday, by the way, and he just said in all his years of covering and paying attention to Auburn, he's never seen a coaching staff do more than this staff has done in the short time frame they've had to work. I mean, and we've talked about this. You mentioned it. My friend that's on staff. I asked him what time does Coach Freeze come? He said, I don't know. He hadn't been in the office. He's been out on the road recruiting. I mean, they've just been recruiting their butts off. So.
Yeah, it's paying some dividends. I mean, Sylvester Smith, a 4-star from Munford, and I know a guy. And I know a guy. I talk, that knows this kid personally, and says he's best safety he's seen.
Yeah.
So that is a big time, flip for Auburn, flipping from Tennessee to Auburn. What about who was the Stephen Johnson? Now, I mean, he's a humongous guy, 6'4", 320-pound defensive lineman. We desperately need defensive lineman. So This is a flip from Arkansas. He's not a highly rated kid, but nonetheless, these are the kind of – we got to bring in some bodies on the defensive line.
Well, and here's the thing, too, about Smith. I read this. You can correct me if I'm wrong on this. That Smith really wanted to come to Auburn and wasn't offered earlier. Is
James Smith?
No.
Which Smith we talking
Sylvester.
about? Oh, yes.
Wanted to come to Auburn.
Yes. Was not offered by the previous staff.
An in-state guy.
Let's go to the phone line.
It's a 4-star.
Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
Good afternoon, guys. How are y'all today?
Hey, Terry, what's going on?
Doing well. Andy, the quarterback that was here this weekend, for the guy from Coastal Carolina, what was the situation with him?
Well, the kid from Coastal did not make it in. I think that Devin Leary did from NC State. From what I understand, just from what I've read, no personal information, but the Coastal Carolina, there's still a very much mutual interest between him and Auburn. Is that I think it's something to do with academics. It's kind of the whole the Auburn thing where his major may not be the major that Auburn offers or one of these type situations. So there might be something to try to work out there, but I think there is still some mutual interest between those two.
Now, who were y'all just talking about wanted to come to Auburn? Smith, you said who are you talking about there?
Sylvester Smith, a 4-star safety out of Munford.
Oh, okay.
He was a commit to Tennessee that flipped to Auburn this weekend.
Well, Coach David, with all due respect, that was that previous staff that you had confidence in. I told you was a bunch of bozos. But nevertheless, Alan, what about you guys a minute ago were talking about minutes? What about Alan Flanagan's minutes? We need to put him on the bench. He's become he's like a quarterback under Gus Malzahn. He's just continued to get worse.
Well,
his whole career at Auburn.
Yeah, his best year was his sophomore year, and it's gone downhill from there. He actually did some good things down the stretch last night, but consistently, he's getting 25, 27 minutes a game and not giving us what we need. But so are a bunch of other guys, Terry. I mean, Andy and I were talking about that earlier in the somebody mentioned Leor Berman, and I said, well, crap. We may as well give Leor some minutes because there's some other guys that are not doing anything with the minutes that they're getting. So it's yeah.
I know Wendell's got the bad ankle, and I just think he's kind of a ball hog. But I tell you what, I've noticed in games where a lot of guys just stand around when Wendell's got the ball and don't do anything. So you can't fault him for that.
Well, and I hate to be critical as a former coach, and because I love Bruce, I love the staff. sometimes there's not a lot of player movement with our offense. We run a set, we run a little entry pass and some motion, and then if it gets down late in the shot clock, it's just basically one-on-one, two-on-two basketball. I would like to see more movement and motion out of our offense, but that's really not their style. So that's just wishful thinking on my part. But you're right. But Wendell is the point guard, so he's going to have the ball in his hands more. We just got to do more with it when he's got it. So.
Now, Coach David, let me ask you this. What do you think about these people saying that Jabari Smith and Walter Kessler covered up for a lot of weaknesses last year because they were so good? I'm starting to think there's some validity to that.
Well, yeah. When you lose that much production, it's hard for guys to automatically just plug in. And let's be honest, Terry, and you mentioned these two guys too. We won't see a Jared Harper and a Bryce Brown together ever again, probably. And we probably won't see a Jabari Smith and a Walker Kessler in combo ever again at Auburn. I mean, that were just four incredible players that are all four in the league. So, yeah, we got to hustle for sure.
Well, and the depth y'all been talking about too, that takes from chemistry, and that's got to be solved. We'll see how it'll go, guys. Y'all take care. Good talk to y'all.
Thank you, Terry. Yeah, chemistry is another word that this team doesn't seem to have as much as we have seen in the past.
You mentioned that last week, and that's exactly right.
Maybe we'll get there.
Chemistry.
It's still early. I mean, we still ain't even hit the conference season yet. This team's there's a long way to go. And I go back and look. Every season, Auburn basketball, as long as Bruce Pearl's been there, even go back to the Final Four team, go back to the team after that, or the one that the COVID year. Every year during the season, at some point, whether it be in the out of conference, whether it be in the conference season, we go through about a 3 or 4 game stretch where we look like, are we ever going to win a game? We look terrible.
And that even happened with some of the better teams.
Yeah, I'm saying. The one that went to the Final Four, we went through that.
That's right.
Where people were thinking, are we even going to win another game this year? And we find our way. And, and Bruce will make an adjustment here or there. And I think they'll figure it out. And he'll get the most out of these guys. But like you said, Wednesday's a pretty important game. You need to have a good game there. You need to certainly bounce back. And if you win that when you come in, you play a 7-4 Florida team, you can get off to a good start, 1-0 in the league.
Yep.
And, then we'll take it game by game.
Well, Andy, Bruce's rant, and I just happened to be at the gym that day, his rant about the freshmen was epic. And he's going to be doing some more of that.
Well, Donaldson apparently heard him.
Yeah.
I think.
He's going to be doing some more of that until he gets out of this team what he needs to get out of this team. Bruce will fix it.
Yeah. Up against our break. Don't go anywhere. Let's see, a couple more segments left in the show right after this.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom. Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
At CNT Electric, our clients are our priority. For the safety and security of your family and home, our technicians are professionally trained, drug tested, background checked, and wear uniforms with name tags. We're proud to have served the Elk City, Dadeville, and Lake Martin areas for the past 10 years. Give us a call at 256-234-0007 for all your electrical service and repair needs, or visit us on the web at www.cntelectricllc.com and spell out the word "and."
Something big is coming. Something so big, it'll change the world of chicken sandwiches. Zaxby's new signature sandwich with Zax sauce or new spicy Zax sauce, because the chicken sandwich war ain't over yet. The new signature sandwich. All the other little sandwiches can run along. We'll take it from here.
76% of nurses say they went into the profession because they wanted to help patients. No matter the reason you decided to become a nurse, you have all the tools needed to advance your degree at Jacksonville State University. Our Master's in Nursing program is now offered fully online and can be completed in less than 2 years. You can customize a flexible course schedule so you can receive your advanced education degree all while working on the front line. JSU Nursing, your opportunity to advance your career and serve your community.
Country Clipper zero-turn mowers are designed for comfort, accessibility, and ease of use. Only Country Clipper offers your choice of steering options with industry-exclusive joystick steering or twin lever steering. Their patented stand-up deck, standard on every model, allows for quick access to the underside of the deck for routine maintenance. With a wide front step and optional handrail, getting on or off your mower has never been easier. Stop by Fun Carts of Opelika today for a test drive. Country Clipper mowers, designed for you. Fun Carts of Opelika, located at 618 Lee Road, 113 in Opelika, Alabama.
Hey, this is Doug Roberts, long-term resident of Alexander City. I sold my house with Century 21 Lake Area Realty because all my life I had heard that to sell a house you need 3 things: location, location, location. I found out there's actually 4. You need location, 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 and Rhonda Gaskins at Century 21 Lake Area Realty to sell your house fast.
Call me today and let me go to work for you. 256-749-3644.
Tails are wagging and pets are bragging about Zoom to Groom, Columbus, Phoenix City, and Smith Station. Zoom to Groom comes to you. It's mobile pet grooming from the comfort of your driveway. Schedule your appointment now online at zoomtogroom.net or by phone at 334-740-9909.
Brubaker Motors in Montgomery is the largest and fastest growing used car dealership in the River region. You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker. It's better at Brubaker.com.
Brubaker, Brubaker, Brubaker.
You can absolutely get a better buy at Brubaker.
BREWBAKER. BREWBAKER.com.
It's better at Brubaker.com.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz. Andy and David here with you. Just a couple more segments left in today's show. Thank you again for all of you out there being with us. We are brought to you each and every day by Big Fish Real Estate. For all your real estate needs here in the Lake Martin area, as well as down there on the coast, you can give them a call today, 551-BIG-FISH, or you can look them up, bigfishlakemartin.com. As we mentioned earlier, just moved into a brand new, beautiful facility there on 49 in Dadeville, right before you get to Stillwaters. So for all of you out there looking for them.
You can't miss that building.
No, you cannot, for sure. Brian says, I thought he should have put Leor in to calm the floor down after Katie had those 3 or 4 consecutive turnovers. I know everybody says, KD, you get the good and the bad. You take the good with the bad. But you can't have 6 points and 6 turnovers and have 2 or 3, right there in a row. He has got to be a little bit more under control. You got to have more good than bad. It can't be a 50-50 split. Otherwise, there's no point. Right?
That's absolutely right. And Andy, let me bring up one more thing. This is a pet peeve of mine. I always told my players, and look, I rode officials mercilessly when I was coaching. It was so much fun. I mean, after the game, we were fine, but I'm really growing tired of KD and Broom and these guys whining to the officials the whole ball game. Look, your body language is telling us that you're frustrated. Just let Bruce do all that. Bruce can do that just fine.
Oh, yeah.
Play the game. Quit whining to the official, making faces. Your body language is terrible. I mean, that hurts your game overall. Play the game, keep your head up, and let Bruce do all of that crap. It's getting annoying to me. Maybe that's just me.
No, I think you're right.
Okay.
Brian says, overall, can't complain. They will get it together, lost by 3 with 23 turnovers. Yeah, that's what we said to open the game. I mean, there's you look at it and say, okay, your best player, your leading scorer was basically ineffective through injury. you had 23 turnovers and you lost by 3 on the road across, 4,000 miles, away from home.
And they had a pretty good home environment too, Andy.
They did.
Rowdy crowd.
Auburn traveled pretty well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Pretty well too. There was quite a few contingent.
That'd be a nice trip.
Yeah, it would be. Depending on, I don't know. From what I've heard, USC might not be the best place to go.
Well, yeah, their campus is not in the best part of L.A. Well, my wife's already told me. I wanted to go to Brooklyn next year, but she said, well, let's wait till the next year because year after next, the Thanksgiving tournament is in Maui. So Maui or Brooklyn, Andy, where you going?
Not much of a choice there, D. I'm headed to Maui for sure. Right. One of these days, I'm going to get to the Bahamas Bowl. Yeah, and take that one in. That may be a destination.
And congratulations to the UAB Blazers for
Troy and UAB both winning their bowl games.
Sure
so
did.
good.
Good.
Congratulations to them for sure. Again, it'll be interesting to see what happens on Wednesday. Right now, Auburn with quite a few commitments. The Rivaldo Fairweather, the tight end from Florida International, he does end up committing as well. But there's so many other guys out there. I mean, so many offensive linemen and so many that are you hear right now are leans toward Auburn that Auburn feels really, really good about. So, Auburn may sign. I don't know. I mean, right now the number was 52. I think would be scholarship players. So you'd have 33 openings that you could fill. I don't know how many they sign. If they sign 22, can you bring in 11 in the transfer portal? Right now, it may look more like 20 and 13, or I don't know, 20 and. We'll probably get as many as we can possibly get.
I don't care. Just bring them in.
And one of those 52 may be T.J. Finley, so that may be down to about 50, and you might bring in 35 or so. So I don't know. We'll see. But let's go back to the phone line.
That's interesting.
Hey, caller, you're on the Auburn Blitz.
What's up, Andy? You doing all right today?
I'm good, James. How about you?
I'm doing pretty good.
You're not going to speak to me, James?
Nah.
Oh, yeah, I was waiting till you got a hold of it there, Coach. How you doing?
Hey, man, how's it going? Good to see you.
Fine. I'm going to ask for just about a minute and a half, and here it goes. My sister-in-law, who lives out near Kansas City, is from up here at Trussville, Alabama, along with my brother, and along with 32 great-great-greats and 2 great-great-great nieces and nephews. I want to tell you a little story about, it was Braden Smith's senior year. No, it was his junior year, I'm sorry. I had the youngest of my great nephews played at Olathe South High School back in about 2016. All he had to do was just walk on. He was a running back. He would walk over and just basically go through whatever hole Braden Smith left him. I mean, they were class 6A ball. They played the same thing as probably our 6A, and a pretty good team. But we all got together, and all those kids know about Auburn. Some of them go to Kansas State, to Kansas, whatever. That's okay. But they know what WDE stands for. And we were at a place called Grinders up there, and there was about 15 of them and my wife and my sister-in-law and her husband and me. There's about 20 of us in there. And this guy came in with his Alabama shirt on and 5 or 6 of his best buddies. I don't know where they were from, up there, I guess. But he picked out my youngest niece and went over there and looked down and said, I've never seen so much filth in all my life. Wrong thing to say. About 5 minutes later, you'd have thought the whole Red Chinese Army, just jumped on them. And it was no blows passed, but I think before it was over with, I don't even know how those people got those Alabama shirts. The same way they had somebody that got them for them anyway. They lost that game real badly because in numbers we looked like the Red Chinese Army fighting Poofla land or something. But I'm giving you that because she's right on the verge of going to the happy hunting ground. And I kind of felt like that was her favorite story because she was there and she was running her mouth worse than any of them. But it was just a place called Grinders, and had good food. But they had a bad case of indigestion when that family got a hold of them. If the other half had been there, it probably would have been a riot. But we had a good time, and we beat them that weekend. That was when it was a year that I think we played twice for the championship or something when about before Braden came down there. But anyway, that's just the thing to her. She was there in the 50s, late 50s, and she saw a good time in Auburn football. And, you know, I have a hunch we're going to get ready to see another good time in Auburn football. I hope you guys have a real good Christmas, and I will be calling you during that, but I do mean that, and I hope y'all are healthy, wealthy, and wiser when you come back from Christmas break. War Eagle to y'all.
War Eagle, James, thank you for the story. There is strength in numbers, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We got one final segment on the way right after this.
Folks around these parts have known for a long time that Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280, is your #1 stop for automotive service and repair. At Walls Tire, you'll always find quality service at a fair price on everything from AC, name brand tires, big or small repairs, routine maintenance, towing, and more. When your car or truck needs to run right, there's one place in the area to go, conveniently located and easy to find. Walls Tire, just a mile past the bridge on Highway 280.
Don't be caught in a dirty vehicle. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing will have your vehicle or boat looking like brand new in no time, and you'll be back driving in style. They specialize in detailing, paint correction, gel coat restoration, and ceramic coating. Take it to the professionals at Lake Martin Mobile Detailing. Call them today at 256-794-2328 or stop by and see them at 702 McCarty Road in Dadeville. Mention this ad and receive $10 off. Lake Martin Mobile Detailing for your cleanest vehicles around.
Russell Do-It Center and building supply stores have the tools and materials to get the job done right, whether you're a professional contractor or just a weekend do-it-yourselfer. With everyday customer conveniences like a drive-through lumberyard, price match promise, and our Best Rewards program, each of our 9 locations offer top brands and building materials like lumber, hardware, tools, paint, lawn and garden, and much more. Visit today and see what Russell Do-It Center and Building Supply can help you build tomorrow.
Grain and Leaf, located at 6068 Highway 63 South, is Lake Martin's premier boutique-style bottle shop with a unique array of sophistication for everyone. Appropriately named for its exclusive selection of top spirits, wine, and craft beer, Grain and Leaf also has a number of fine cigars for you to choose from. They also carry the full line of Hornsby Farms assorted jellies and pottery. Open 10 to 7 Monday through Saturday and noon to 5 on Sundays, Grain and Leaf is your premier shop in the Lake Martin area.
The Eric McKinley team at Mortgage Pro in Alexander City is the perfect lender for all your mortgage needs. Property values have increased and interest rates have never been so low. So if you haven't looked at refinancing your house in the last 6 to 12 months, Mortgage Pro is here to help you take advantage of that. Our team is closing loans in 15 days or less, so give us a call at 256-397-0248 and let our team go to work for you today.
Hey guys, this is Nate Pass with Airport Motors.
I'm Connor Branch with Fairway Auto Brokers in Opelika, Alabama.
And this is your first ever Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz.
That's right, Lake Martin. Airport Motors and Fairway Auto Brokers is teaming up for the very first Lake Martin Summer Car Blitz. Make sure to check out either website for the very best selection of pre-owned luxury trucks, SUVs, and sedans in East Alabama. Get pre-approved in minutes online and make sure to use the keyword Summer Blitz in the comments section for $500 off internet price. That's keyword Summer Blitz.
Need that boost to get you started in the morning or help get you through a long day at the office? Alex City Nutrition is your answer. Alex City Nutrition, located on 2nd Broad Street in downtown Alex City, offers meal replacement shakes, post-workout shakes, extreme rebuild products, and a vast array of loaded teas that offer focus, energy, and build up your immunity and overall health. Want to buy in bulk? We now offer your favorite flavors by the gallon. Come by Alex City Nutrition today or call 256-496-8284 to begin your journey to great health.
Welcome back, everyone, to the Auburn Blitz final segment of the show today. Thank you so much for all of you out there being with us. Yeah, Ty said, brings up something that it kind of came out of the blue, and it was very kind of subtle.
Yeah.
Like Stan White's last game was going to be the Iron Bowl. Ty says, have they named a replacement yet for Stan White? He said he's going to miss Stan. He did a great job on Saturday. I always liked Stan. I thought he did do a good job, but I've not heard a single peep about that, about who they might get to replace him. But it was very underwhelming the way that all went down. But
he has a place on the lake too. Lake Martin, yeah.
Okay.
I wonder if Brad Law's going to step in, because Brad does baseball with Andy.
That's true.
I met him out in Omaha, and
he's more of a play-by-play guy.
Yeah,
you want a color guy. You probably want a former player.
Yeah, that's right.
You wonder if maybe a Ronnie. I don't.
Ronnie or Jason may be stepping in.
They may do it.
Because Ronnie does the sideline, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and of course Jason is our NIL guy with football.
Maybe we'll get Quentin Riggins back up there in the booth.
Oh, Quentin.
I don't know. We'll see.
That will be interesting.
We mentioned some of the bowl games. Some of them were pretty fun. BYU and SMU were Boise State and North Texas were very competitive. Been some blowouts as well. Boy, Florida took it on the chin.
Goodness gracious.
Not a good look for the SEC. Just get hammered by Oregon State. But Florida's just not that good this year. Let's just be honest. Billy Napier's got his work cut out for him.
I was visiting my neighbor across the street, Miss Edna Jones, and she's on up in years, and I like to go there and visit with her. And she had the TV. She has the TV on really loud.
Yeah.
Okay. I said, "What are you watching, Miss Edna?" She said, "I'm watching Florida get completely shut out here in their bowl game." And then it said 30-3. She said, "Oh, they must kick field goal."
Yeah.
I mean, golly, my goodness, they're. Whew. Well, we can't complain too much in the situation we're in, but there was so much hype about Napier and Florida, and it just hadn't. This first year was just not what they were hoping. And you mentioned this. You start the year out beating Utah.
Yeah, that's the biggest upset of the year. We just didn't know it. Brian gives us some inside information here. Talked to Jason Campbell last weekend at the Auburn game in Atlanta. Said he has been asked, but hasn't made up his mind.
Thank you for that inside
possible
information.
Jason Campbell replacement there with Andy
would make
Burcham.
sense. Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
He does a great job.
Yeah. Okay, so Marshall and UConn coming up at 1:30 on ESPN. The Myrtle Beach Bowl. Ever been to Myrtle Beach?
I've not.
I've been one time. It's lovely.
That's South Carolina, right?
That is South Carolina.
I've been to Columbia and Charleston.
Okay.
Not Myrtle Beach.
Well, you may go there sometime. It's pretty nice. On this day, December the 19th, Ford Frick, who was a baseball commissioner for many, many years, he's in the Hall of Fame now. Little Jimmy Dickens, taking old Tater and Wait. Old cold Tater and Wait. Doug Harvey, he's considered one of the top 100 hockey players ever in the NHL. Al Kaline, great baseball player. I think he's in the Hall of Fame.
Andy, I used to use them back in the day when I played Little League, and it was wooden bats.
Well,
I used an
Al Kaline bat.
Yes, sir.
I hear you.
Yeah.
Maurice White, you Earth, Wind, and Fire fan?
Dude, yes.
Yeah.
One of the greatest bands in the history of music.
Is that right?
Yeah. It's
okay.
That's not even arguable.
No. Hey, I'm not arguing with you. Mean Gene Okerlund, you remember Mean Gene? He was an interviewer. He was a wrestling guy. He's the bald guy with the mustache. Always, with Hulk Hogan and stuff.
Right, yeah.
That's Mean Gene Okerlund.
Okay.
Tim Reed, WKRP in Cincinnati.
Hilarious.
Venus Flytrap.
Yeah. I met him in Mobile.
Did you really?
At one of my music gigs.
Robert Urich, Spencer for Hire.
Mm-hmm.
Lonesome Dove.
Yeah.
He's been in quite a few things. How about with the aforementioned Kevin McHale? Happy birthday day.
The patented step-through move.
Maybe one of the greatest forwards of all time. power forwards of all time.
And not that quick, just
No,
fundamentally sound.
Just
yeah.
killed you with just, I mean.
He'd get you up in the air on a fake. He had so many fakes in his footwork. You know, you mentioned him when I mentioned Timmy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very, very good Boston Celtic. Reggie White, one of the greatest ever.
There's no question.
Jan Cowart was on here one day talking about great story with Reggie White.
Yeah.
You know, every time he killed the guy, our tackle there, he said he'd help him up and he'd say, you know, I love you, brother. You know.
Yeah. A Bible verse.
Yeah.
That's right.
Jennifer Beals, lovely.
Yes.
Flash dance.
Yeah. Say no more.
Say no more. Christy Swanson, she's the original Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
Is that right?
Yeah. Warren Sapp, another Hall of Famer.
Mm-hmm.
Jake Plummer, he's not a Hall of Famer, but he was a fun quarterback to watch.
He was.
Arizona State, I believe he came out of. And Mo Williams, he played at Alabama and went on to have a pretty good career with Cavs.
Yeah,
I don't know if he's still playing or not. Probably not. Probably not. Let's go wrap it up for us. He's David. I'm Andy. So long for now, everybody. We'll talk again soon.